today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dachi. Hello, Dachi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well, and the Steve Cannon photo. Within the next couple days, there will only be one left. There are 3 in the world. I have one. Another one's about to be bought. That third one will be the last for sale ever. Anywho, we do have a couple of things to do over here. Also become a member. There's lots of perks. Yeah. Oh, lordy. We have a bit going on. We'll start off with the OMI. I was talking to a really good friend of mine yesterday. He's like a brother. Absolutely love him. And he's got... I after several drinks and after an alien sighting, the UFOs we think it was Starlink that was up there. Most likely not UFOs, but we go and finally we get to talk a little bit, and I reminded him of like maybe 3 years ago, and I was like, hey, do you remember 3 years ago we're in this very spot in your backyard? Playfully started pushing you like, would you just throw like $100,000 into Tesla? Would you just throw this much? And he's like, it's so much, bro. I can't. And he did have a good. He had a good amount in Tesla, and he made a lot of money with it. And I reminded him of that. It's like, you remember? It's like, yeah. Like, don't you wish you listened to Chavez at that point? He's like, I did a little bit, but you're right. I wish I would have done that. I was like, okay. How much OMI you got? This is like, not enough, apparently. I was like, no, you don't. And it's like, this is me telling you, I know this company as intimately, if not more intimately, than I did Tesla. I know the founders. I'm able to go and look at them in the eye and have conversations with them fairly regularly. And I was like, I'm not uncertain about this. I was like, take like $1 million and put it in. So he has 7.5 million OMI. Right now, which is good, and he'll be getting more, slow but steady. He goes very slowly, very steadily, but he will get it on and on. Oh, speaking of which, there's another thing going on. I had one of my newer whales that he's got like 35 million OMI. We had posted from, and if this happens, it's not Trust Wallet, or it is Trust Wallet. It's not anything that you did wrong, the exchange did wrong. We had OMI, or we had USDC go to Ascendex, and then Ascendex. Hey Adam, want some Feesh? Oh, we have some Feesh stuff to go over as well later on today after I finish with the OMI. So we had OMI on Ascendex, and we finally went and pushed it to my friend's Trust Wallet. I was like, okay, so we have confirmation that it sent. We have confirmation that it had gone on to completion in the hash and the transaction, the blockchain. It's all there, but it just wasn't showing up on his Trust Wallet. Like, why isn't this going? Like, we've done this a couple dozen times before. It said it just wasn't showing up in Trust Wallet. So I asked a buddy of mine that's like, hey, is there a way to like track this, see like what's going on? I was like, yeah, give me the wallet address. Okay, here. And like my dirt brain didn't think to just look it up on Etherscan, and I was like, oh, okay, so it'll say the wallet's there. So if you have had this issue with putting it, whether it Bit4x, Ascendex, Bitmart, anywhere to go on the Trust Wallet, and it shows that the transaction went through, but it's not showing up on Trust Wallet, it's just most likely a display issue on Trust Wallet, because you could look it up on Etherscan, and you could tell that, oh, hey, another million OMI was sent here. It's fine. My friend was just freaking out. He's like, but I don't see it. I was like, I know. It's there. Trust me, it's there. I showed him the Etherscan. He hasn't talked to me today. I'll be talking to him tomorrow. But yeah, so that's, in case you're wondering what that's a display issue that Trust Wallet is going through. Anyway, on top of that, this new whale that I have, 7.5 million OMI. He'll be getting more, hopefully up to 10 million by the end of the month. I'll keep y'all posted. Hopefully he has a good month. And then there was a couple people that had messaged me about, but before we get to the Veve and Feesh and other news, there's a couple people that are messaging me about, hey, it's my first time coming to New York, because Veve's going to New York Comic Con, and they're like, hey, what should I expect? What should I do? What shouldn't I do? Like, give me some rules and regulations about New York. So the things to do, there are a list of things that you can do that is just insane. But I came up with a little list of things that you should not do or should try to actively avoid. So the actively avoiding, where are we here? Okay. I went and put this little list together saying, if you go to Times Square, Times Square's got all the really cool touristy stuff. It's got M&M World and Nintendo World not too far away, and it's just got a bunch of really cool places all within like a square mile. Like, it's very, very awesome. However, there's Elmo and Woody, and you might be like, oh, can I take a picture with you with the other Sesame Street characters? Oh, Woody, can I take a picture of you with my AR? Do not take pictures with them. They'll offer, be like, oh, take picture, it's free, and then take a picture with them, and then they will go on and they will charge you for that photo, and they will be confrontational if you do not give them, even though they said it was free. Fights will break out. Anyway, Taco Breaks, thank you so much for the super chat, that $50 super chat, saying Veve rules. It does rule. What a fantastic. I feel like rules hasn't really been used in a while in that way, like O'Doyle rules, for the God, what was that? The Happy Madison? No, the Happy Madison Productions, not Happy Gilmore, the Billy Madison movie. O'Doyle rules. So yes, Veve rules. We should make that a shirt. There probably is a shirt already made. Veve rules. Thank you so much for the super chat. That means totally the world. Taco Breaks, I love you, man. I love your dog, your bulldog Taco. Anyway, so do not take pictures with any of the people in Times Square that are in costume. Obviously, at New York Comic Con, by all means, take pictures with anyone. Obviously, ask for their consent before you take pictures. But yeah, in Times Square, do not take pictures. They'll want to fight you if you don't give them money. Monks. I'm sure there are real monks in New York City. Actually, I'm positive there are real monks in New York City. However, there are fake monks amongst most of New York City. They will come up to you all respectfully. Oh, can I give you a bracelet? You have good energy. You have good this. And then they will tie a bracelet before you even have the chance to say no around your wrist. And it's like, oh, thank you. And like $100. And it's like, freaking what? It's like $100. You would give me a donation. And it's like, I did not consent to this. And they will, again, be super confrontational. And so if you don't give it to them. So stay away from people that are dressed up in costume. Stay away from monks. Those are not real monks. They just want to take your money. Rappers or it's not exclusive to rappers. It's mostly rappers. And I don't even think they're actually real rappers. They will come up to you and be like, oh, yo, Hot Chavez up in here. Hot Daddy Chavez, new artist. We're going to come up. We're going to bless you. We're going to bless you with a free mixtape of this new up-and-coming artist called Hot Chavez. And they'll go and they'll give you a mixtape. Like, $50, my guy. And like, freaking excuse me? Like, a mixtape. Like, you said you want to hand this out for free so you could build up your platform, so you could get your music out there. And you want to charge me $50? And again, if you do not give them money, they will want to fight you. You can't give it back. Just stay away from those people. Do not. Anyone trying to go and say that they want to give out a mixtape, stay away from them. 4, horse rides in Central Park. It sounds romantic. It sounds cool. Not only are the horses absolutely treated horrendously and abused, there's actually a whole organization that's trying to end the legality of that because it is kind of torturous. And on top of that, they will charge you like $100 for a 30-minute ride around Central Park. Do not do it. City bikes is another one, number 5. City bikes will charge you like $10 a minute, and there's certain places where you can only bring the bag. It's really not worth it. Same thing with people offering you rides in a carriage while they're on a bicycle. They're very, very, what's that called? Elusive with how they bill you. Often winds up not being worth it at all. Anywho, so those are things not to do if you're coming to New York for New York Comic Con. Most other things are pretty legit. Don't go on the subway at night. At least not alone, especially if you're a woman. But I'm not gonna lie, if you're just like, if you're like, you look like me and you're on the subway alone at night, you're probably gonna be fine. If you're like this cute little white woman, if just any woman is just always use the buddy system. But during the day, it's pretty okay. All right, so that's it for that. Oh God! All right, what news? We'll take the screenshot news first. Okay, starting from yesterday. Veve Digital Collectibles has gone on and retweeted "My Time to Shine Hello." My Time to Shine Hello has like 132,000 followers over on the Twitter, and they asked, who's the most iconic cinematic villain? Darth Vader, Thanos, Voldemort, and the Joker. And this was, what's his name? The Joker, the prissy guy from A Knight's Tale, Heath Ledger. Anyway, he goes on and Veve retweets it and says, oh, death, iconic, Darth Vader, as in Skull. Joker card, performance, Joker. Cash appeal, I guess Thanos. And then evil is Voldemort. How they thought that Voldemort was more eviler than that? Yeah, like Voldemort might have killed a couple dozen people, maybe. Vader literally killed younglings. Like he killed kids. Like, and it was gruesome. Vader's responsible for killing like planets worth of people. So I very much disagree with Veve on their who's the most evil. Honestly, just iconic cinematic, got to be Vader in general. But anyway, everyone is going on and they're saying, oh my god, they're teasing Voldemort. Oh my gosh, Voldemort again. They've used snakes emojis before. I think what they're doing, or whoever's in control of that account, I think it's Old Rhubarb, by going and interacting with really big accounts that have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, I think is really good. I love it when when you have like the Wendy's account go on and kind of butt into other people's conversations. Or we have the Slim Jim account, see them commenting on TikTok. That is awesome. That's a great way to get followers. That's a great way. And I think Veve might actually be getting paid for the amount of blue check marks that interact with their particular page. Anyone on YouTube, like, or anyone on Twitter or X that has a that is getting monetized, I think Veve can monetize it as well. So I think that's a revenue stream for Veve. I can't confirm this yet. I'll have to go and ask some people about it, but I think Veve can monetize that. So not only are they going to get revenue by interacting with these big channels and having other channels interact with them, it's just nice that people are like, oh, who's Veve? They look at the retweets or the reposts. I'm like, oh, okay, Veve is who is this? Let's see what they are. And then they have a huge community. So I think they're just doing it because, one, they're having fun. Old Rhubarb's going like, all right, this is my personal opinion, or he's not saying that. It's just I don't think it's them advertising that they have Harry Potter. I don't think it's them saying that, oh, we're saying this because we're teasing we got Voldemort. I think it's just them going and trying to get engagement, interactions, and they're doing it in a fun way. Like I think part of what Old Rhubarb's job should be, I don't know if it is or not, would to do something like this, get more followers on the account, get more engagement, and go and get and at the end of the day, just have fun, like show off the nerddom. It's Veve announcing stuff is great, Veve posting about stuff is great, retweeting stuff is great, but going and showing like, hey, we can have conversations in your language. We speak your language. We speak this nerd community language. I think that's really good. But I don't think that's them advertising they have Harry Potter, or I don't think that's them teasing that they have Harry Potter, because I don't know if they do or not. This might sound crazy. Wallace Cotton Jr. says, "Crazy, have I told you lately?" Sorry, that's a Victoria Justice song. Anyway, he goes on and he says, "This might sound crazy, but I'm continuing to share Veve info links on Coca-Cola Facebook groups. I've joined 30 pages so far. Wish me luck. There's a total of 100, taking one for the team." So he's going into these Facebook groups and he's advertising that. And some people are just like, yo, how do I buy this? How do I buy this? And they're going with these Coca-Cola collectibles. They're going with these, whether it's the snow globes, whether it's the ooze ball, whatever it's called. I think it's great that they're doing it. And I think we should go and take a day. Say on this date, we're all taking out $50 of Facebook ads. And if he doesn't want to do the advertisement, let's advertise for him. And I get most people don't want to do it. Why should I have to advertise? Like, if we do this as a campaign, what's it cost? $50? A secret rare comic. To go and do this, I think would be really fun. I think it would be a good experiment to see how much traffic we could get onto Veve. And not only that, it just gives Veve good data points. I know probably most people won't, but I think this would be a really fun thing to do. And it would show Veve, hey, Veve, you're either going to advertise the way that you want, or the people are going to be tired of waiting and they're going to advertise in the wrong way that you don't want advertised. So, step it up. So I feel like that's good. That's a really good thing. And I get it, well, Veve knows what they're doing. We should let them cook. We should let them do it. So comment down below on how you feel about that idea. Balance. Forgot what I said, Rabbi. Okay, so on TikTok there was a big video. It got like a couple million views. It was people in 1993, so it was 30 years ago. In 1993, they were going and reacting to Burger King's implementation of credit card systems. And it's like, oh, okay. People are like, oh, credit cards? I understand credit cards for big purchases, but you don't have a buck and a quarter. You don't have however much cheap hamburger it was at Burger King 30 years ago. I was like, oh, that's stupid. That's silly. Like, I don't understand this. And it's a healthy amount of boomers, or boomers. That's I guess that'd be the later than boomers. Whatever, the best generation. I think it is the I think it was a large amount of older people, but it was also younger people that like, I don't really get this technology. Why would you need a credit card here? It seems, I want my burger now. I don't want to have to wait for something to process. I don't have to wait for something to go through electronically. I just pay cash. This is stupid. Um, and it's eerily similar to today. People like, why would you want to pay in Bitcoin? Why is Bitcoin? It takes a little while for transactions to go through. You have to wait for confirmations on the blockchain. It's just not efficient. Okay, right now, and that's just with Bitcoin. There's a lot of other cryptos that go super quick, and it's on the blockchain, so it's all public. Um, it's just eerily similar, the way that people were super hesitant to use credit cards for this, not thinking it was safe, thinking like, what are the ramifications of this, the consequences of doing this. This is eerily similar, and now like today, like I don't carry cash anymore. I think I have cash because I have cash because of a weird. I carried this lady's desk up to where I work in my building. Got raided a few weeks ago because there was some escorts doing their thing in there. I don't know if this lady she said she did nails. Anyway, um, she goes on and she has it's like, hey, carry my desk up for me. I was like, I'm just a small lady. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I re-injured my back, and that sucked. Um, but she was about to give me like $80. I was like, ma'am, that's a little too much. I'll take 20. 20 is fine. She's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, just I had to look up the real Randy Chavez YouTube, and she subscribed, so I thought that was worth it. Anyway, moving on here. Yeah, so that's the only reason I have some cash. VVs, like you can get, yep. Multi-chain, All right, Five Lions and Pilots of Voltron. This was a really, really interesting one. I was like, Chavez, didn't that come out like a year or two ago? Yeah, it came out a long time ago. But why I was bringing it up is because you have a really interesting way of viewing what's in the store and what's out of the store. So if I go to the market here and I type in Voltron on the market, it looks like, okay, there's 170, there's 250, it looks like there's a whole bunch of collectibles still left in the store. So if I want to go to the store and it was a blind box, it says sold out. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, that's interesting. And then you take a look at what's in the market, and there's less than 2 dozen on every single one of those that's in the market. The black one is $50, which it was 100 something the other day. I bought mine for, how much did I buy mine for? Where'd it go? All right, my common. All right, I bought it for $50. It's $49 right now. So that hasn't moved. I mean, it moved up quite a lot. The rare, I paid $18 for the rare. It's $28 right now, so that was pretty good. And then the uncommon, I think the uncommon is pretty scarce. I paid 50 for it. It is $69. Oh, hold on. It's $69. So everyone comment nice down below for the 69. And the common, if the rest of those items are burned, because if you take a look at the market and you go to the Voltron, and this is why I bought these. If you look at the market, it's like, okay, out of the 1222 editions, which means 1132, 880 were remaining, which means that there's only 252 of those commons. It is the scarcest Voltron. It is one of the scarcest on the app. So, having 252 of those, buy one for $50. Either one of things is going to happen. Either these remaining editions are all going to be burned, or it is a glitch somehow bug in the system where, oh, it's actually not sold out and you could still buy these. So either I bought something, one of the scarcest things on the app for $50 and it's a Voltron, or I poolsided into something that nobody wants. So time will tell on what's going to happen with that. I've been talking for 20 minutes and I've gotten through like none of the news. Yep. Voltron Lion. Okay, it was always soothing. Rain is soothing. Yeah. This is a funny memory. I love the rain. It was always soothing to me. I love walking in it, running in it, and working out in it. That is until today when I was running, lost my footing, and slid into a no parking sign. I also said I am Groot as I got up off the floor. It was a weird morning. That was me from 9 years ago. There was a Veve app update. So if you haven't updated the app in a little while, there was an update. It's just minor fixes and improvements. I'm not 100% sure what the update was. It says minor fixes and improvements. I haven't really seen anything. If you have something, comment down below that you noticed, and that'd be great. Top 500 Veve holders. Let's go. All right, so the top 500 Veve holders. We'll take a look at the negatives first, and then we will take a look at the many positives that there are. So Edwin Xavier 960 sold 32 NFTs. He is the person that sold the third most amount of Veve NFTs, sold 32. Beer Guy 33, I know that guy. He had sold 41 NFTs. Not sure why. AQKSA has been offloading hundreds every single week. He offloaded 149 collectibles this week. So altogether, 70 and so 152. It's like 222. Altogether, they have 222 collectibles out of the three of them. But now, let's take a look at the top 3 gaining wallets. We have Indian Chief First Class Classic New Zealand, who had purchased 236 NFTs, more than the entire 3 smaller wallets combined. The 3 wallets that sold the most are writ small by this one person that bought 236 by himself. And then we have Stefane 08, which had purchased 257 NFTs. So here's the thing. Indian Chief Classic New Zealand had purchased 236 NFTs, and he did not move up 1 ranking. He's still number 16. Stefane 08, who purchased 257 NFTs, also did not move up 1 ranking. He's number 15. And Bezojman, who bought 1,084, who's on average now buying about 1,500 per week. He had bought 1,084 NFTs, is up to 26,932 NFTs. Obviously, he is the top wallet. And Veve just, oh my god, he's making so much money off this, man. This dude spent hundreds of thousands of dollars these past few months. Absolute mad lad. And the top 500 position, the least amount of collectibles you need in order to go and be a part of the top 500 is 1,240. This increases anywhere between 7 and 9 each week, meaning that you have to purchase an average of 8 NFTs per week just to stay in the top 500, which is really heckin' cool. I really like to see this. So yeah, this is really exciting. This is really fun. For me, I didn't have that good of a week. I actually went up 5 spots to 370 because I had purchased 9 NFTs. 9, count them 9, so I'm spot 370, so very nice. And then someone named Skyle AF had purchased 71 NFTs, and he's right behind me. He's right behind me by 1. He'll probably pass me this next. Honestly, everyone. Pixel Trader purchased 11. Dead Coins purchased 21. All of these people right around me are purchasing so much. I'm not going to be able to catch up. In the top 100, so you have Thantos that purchased 91 NFTs this week. You have Colonel Stats purchased 30. You have Mr. Rolex purchased 34. You have Zeus77 purchased 26. The Husk Show purchased 139. He's the 13th wallet. Then you got Scary Sea Monster, which purchased 73. So a bunch of these people are just purchasing so much. Where did Mr. MC1 only purchased 18 this week? He was in the top 3 last week. but he only purchased 18 this, but which again is fine. You can't expect people to do that every week. When we have OMI to NFT, the amount of people buying all these NFTs are going to fly. Now, I don't think that happens until next year, or OMI to Gem, I should say. I don't think OMI to Gem happens until like Q2. Chavez, what's going to go on before that? I thought OMI was about to get utility. It is. Bronze tickets will be first, which is fine. And then you're going to have on top of the bronze tickets that I'm hoping happens by the end of Q4. If that happens, great. I'm super excited. If it doesn't, we'll see it in Q1. What I also see happening around that time is OMI to accessory in the Veveverse, because everyone I'm hoping also has Veveverse by Q4, but if not, Q1. And then the OMI to Gem, I think comes out in Q2, OMI to NFT. And then at that point, if everybody has Veveverse, IP branded worlds. So that a bunch of these things could happen within like 4 months of each other. It should be super wild. But you know, we'll see. Moving on here. I don't know what that is. Aliens flying over Long Island. Yep. Okay. Before I move on to the rest of the news, I'm gonna go ask everyone if they can go and smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are what Taco Breaks just did and gave me that super chat. But the free ways is by smashing that like button. That'd be super great if y'all could do that. I would be super thankful. But you know, oh my god, I know. Keep sending me chats. I know. I can't. Okay. Veve has. All right. There's always going to be salty people. There's always going to be people that just talk crap for no reason. And I normally don't highlight this, but you have one person saying, Veve has reached a state where they can no longer pay their bills. Investors have to finance them harder so that they stay afloat. Where Recur sold NFTs, a product that needs to stay alive, Veve rents NFTs and operates as a service, and the service can be closed. So when somebody asks, where do you see any proof of this? He says, I'm not sure, and I have no proof, of course. And then he babbles on, but like, be careful who you're following, guys. So obviously I'm not gonna say who to follow and who not to follow. Fortunately / unfortunately, because I'm kind of a public figure, I can't really be seen following certain people that are going and one, belittling my investment and talking trash about this, but also on the, if you're just stupid and say things literally with zero backup, zero proof, I'm not going to be seen following someone that just talks BS. I can't. There was another one that I'll go over later, but we have, I think it's Will MI on the Veve Vantage podcast that pointed out some really interesting things, talking about Imperial Starfleet transport. Okay, so they were talking about ads and advertising in the European Union, talking about, okay, what age demographics are they looking at? How successful is it? So they go on and said the reach out of the European Union ad delivery, so this is not including the UK, the number of accounts, center accounts in the EU that saw this ad at least once. The reach is different in impressions, which may include multiple views of your ads by the accounts. So the metric is estimated, but the ad was an Imperial Starfleet transport and Darth Vader's personal shuttle. This limited edition interactive digital collectible is available now, only on Veve. So out of that, you have location. Let's talk about France. Okay, the location on France between the ages of 35 and 44, you had 3,334 people that were male. And then France from 45 to 54, you have 6,531. So between the ages of 35 and 54, you reach 9,845 people. And that's just in France, and those were all males. I don't know if they had a thing where they talked about females, but in Germany, from 45 to 54 male, you had 2,178. For Germany, 35 to 44, you had 1,408. So for Germany, you had 3,586. So 3,586 people. And then France, the younger crowd, had 1,639 between 25 and 34. So you're seeing this a lot more prevalent in France. Maybe France spends more time on the computer, or they're just more collectible people, and Germans maybe aren't, or maybe Germans, whatever it is. That was just some really cool insight from the Veve Vantage podcast that they did. Can burn, rep, growth. Yep, classic. Yep, onto. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. So, when talking about going back to that last piece of FUD that I was talking about, when talking about money, listen, Vivi's been making money over every single other competitor in the space or any other company in the space. There's no real competition. But Vivi's been making money since its inception, since it rolled out the app in 2020. Maxwell, thank you for the super chat. Saying beer money, tacos and a cigar on the porch. Ooh, good night, North Carolina, for your boy. That is a good night. That is a fantastic night. Super happy you're having that great night. I just had a couple marshmallows. My friends built a fire, and they were roasting the marshmallows, and I did not roast my mallows. I just ate a couple non-roasted mallows. Anyway, thank you, that Maxwell. You are a gentleman and a scholar, and I thoroughly enjoy a beer on a porch. Not really a big smoker, or any type of smoker at all, but yeah, I enjoy a good beer. Anywho, Veve has been making money since the app launched in December of 2020, and as you know, people were saying like, "Oh, the tech hasn't been good," and you're right. The tech at the beginning was like, left a little bit to be desired. And well, what happened? Well, Veve kept making money, and the tech fell into place eventually. Like they got it right. What they did, they hired Mitch, they hired Nestor, and they hired the right people. And the tech has been astounding the last year. It's kind of fairly similar to what was happening with ChatGPT. Obviously, the tech was always there and good, but it just didn't really have a good use case until all of a sudden it did, and everyone was using it for everything. It blew up, and it's worth billions and billions of dollars now. What happens with Veve, where okay, you have this great product, you have this great IP, you have everyone and their sister wants to be on Veve. Why? Because any other place that they go, the track and the trend is for them to fail. Where you've had big things like Recur, fail. Nifty's wasn't really big, but it had some big IP, fail. So Veve is seen as like the safe house. Like, okay, what can you do? What can you go and do to get this? And I like that Cryptoys is trying to be a little bit intuitive, think about the future. Like, hey, let's do a 2-for-1 deal at Cryptoys. You buy one of these $40 blind boxes, you get another one free. I think that's great. It incentivizes people to go and get these. And because now only Cryptoys can do this. Veve cannot do this. Why? Because if Veve did this, Cryptoys can do it because they don't have a marketplace. So they're not devaluing any other person's thing. I mean, they are because they're getting more product out there, but and it saturates it a little bit. But that's why they can do it, because there's no marketplace. Veve cannot do that for the things that it has left, because it's like, oh, hey, now you're screwing everybody that is trying to sell theirs on the market for even below retail. You can't do it now because now your price point is saying 2-for-1. You're buying one, you get another free. Even though I think it would be good because that's just more revenue to Veve and it just incentivizes that. I like that Cryptoys is doing it. I like that they're going to get more revenue. But again, and are they doing that because they have to? Or are they doing that just to be nice? Hey, we have this extra product. Let's go and just get it out to people. We want, they like their product. I think it's good product. The animation stuff is really cool. The unboxing is really cool. But but playing those dominoes out, okay, let's say they want to get their product into as many hands as possible. Let's do this. Let's go and do this 2-for-1 deal. Okay, great. But again, if we play those dominoes out, what is the other way? Well, the other way is if them going and saying, hey, we spent a lot of money on marketing between iJustine and that guy from TikTok, and it did not help. Let's go and do this. We spent a lot of money on this license. We're trying to spend as much as we can. We're not getting any marketplace fees right now. We're trying to get the market up as soon as possible. Let's go and do this 2-for-1 deal because we're running out of money for what we're building. And again, is that the reason? I don't know. But going through each scenario, again, I'm happy they're making a little more revenue. Happy they're going and doing this to get that, because you really want money coming in. And to my knowledge, I don't think they go and they put out a ton of product. I think the only one that's close to Veve is, I think, DC Palm NFT or DC NFT Official, where they release comic books each week. That gets them revenue, and that has consistent revenue coming in, so that helps. I don't know if any other one does that. And I talked about this on Around the Akomiverse last week. Somebody asked, like, who has that? We're talking about the bumper team, and on the bumper team, uh, when me and Jordan had done that interview on the CEO, I was like, hey, how much has this cost you? And we weren't talking financially, and he said, well, my wife essentially was a single mother the last few years, and we're like, wow. And it's like, and there were some guys that worked for us that thought the work was important enough that they chose work over their relationships, over their marriages, and like relationships ended. And we're like, wow. Like, so it just goes to show you like how not important, yes, but how meaningful some of this is to some people, and how much you have to sacrifice to be successful. My friends that I live with now, that I consider some of my best friends in life, that I've known for over a decade, I saw them maybe once every other month when I had the high risk lending business and the Pokemon business, because every single day I was working 90, 100 hours a week between both businesses, and then YouTube on top of that. I did not see people, and part of the reason why I was able to become a millionaire at 30, was I was able to go to retire at 30, was because I literally gave up half of my 20s to go and do nothing but work. And when I take a look at all of the people in the collectible space, in the digital collecting space, outside of David and Dan, which are at that point where they have that gene in them, that very scarce gene, that very rare gene that makes them workaholics, like I am, like Elon Musk is, like people that go and work. Like, I see so many people, and I don't want to bash anyone that does it. They're like, oh, I work 40 hours a week and I can't afford a place to stay. Because you're only working 40 hours. Like, if you want it bad enough, work 80. 40 hours a week means nothing to me. So anyway, the only other person that I've seen on an interview in this digital collecting space outside of David and Dan that I think has the grit and the will and just the balls to go and like make it is Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane, I think, is the only other CEO of any other company that I've seen on here that is like, I will do it even if it kills me. Like, I will get this done and I will be successful, or it will kill me. Like, I will move mountains trying. So a lot of other people, and I'm not saying they're not working hard, but are they giving it are they giving their soul to this? Heart and soul, like everything. So yeah, that's when I go and why I chose Veve, why I still choose Veve, why I go and I have my entire net worth, most of my net worth in the Veve and Akomi ecosystem, is because of that fact. Nobody else is willing to work as hard. Again, maybe Todd McFarlane, but he has fairly limited IP. Anywho, I've got on 38 minutes. We're not near close done with the news. But yeah, Veve, all the places are falling into place. Absolutely bananas. Colonel Satoshi says, steady accumulating digital collectibles and digital comics on Veve Official for the past few years. Laser focused and ready for years to come. So this person has 10,458 comics and 1,995 collectibles at 268 sets. Dude is an absolute mad lad. And then we have Mr. Champ 310 over on TikTok. This is where the thumbnail comes from. He has a number 45, 46, 49, and number 50 Simba. He has 4 out of the 59 sub 100s that you can get. 3 of them are sub 50. One of them is actually number 50. And the cheapest Simba you can get. This is why I was going over. I didn't know that he had this many sub 100s, and he's a collector. He doesn't sell. If you go on Simba, I think he's finally like $30 now, which I think is, oh, he was at $40. Okay, so $40 was his list price for the blind box. You can get him for $30. I bought mine for $28. And the sub 100s, it's a rare, popular character. It's usually a 6x, the sub 100. So 6x times 30 would be 180. You can get one sub 100 right now. It's number 72 for 200. And there's one sub 50 for 500. I don't think that's really worth it. I mean, the number 41's up there for $2,900. I don't think anyone's getting that. Maybe like Mr. 41 might get that. If Mr. 41.eth paid $2,000 for the 1943 Little Prince, which I don't. That's still in the store. Like you could get that for super like $30 in the store, and he has 200 of those. Anyway, if he paid $2,000 for that, I if I had the money, I would just add an extra grand and pay $3 grand for this number 41. Now again, I wouldn't. I would just be like, hey, I'm just gonna buy OMI. But if I already had a big OMI bag, I buy this. Like again, when you get to these one of a kind items, like again, a number 78 and number 82 and 63, like they're all kind of the same. 63 is obviously a little better, but when you get to those lower mint numbers, like the sub 50, usually carries an extra premium. But the 41, 42, 43, those carry an even higher premium on top of that because they're just the top of the items. And matching sets are one thing where they carry obviously an extra premium, but the number 41, like that's where the formula kind of breaks down. Yes, I think the sub 100 for Simba should be about $180. You can get one for 200 that kind of fits. A sub 50 maybe could be double that to, let's say, go to 360. But again, at this point, there's so few of those, and you have 3 out of the 9 of them that belong to Mr. Champ. He has the 40, what is it, the 45, 46, and 49. Okay, well, those are taken off the board. The number 41, unless you have $3,000 to pay for it, is taken off the board. So where are the other ones? You don't know where they are. It could be in a bot account. It could be in someone that just doesn't need to sell. So, if you really wanted a sub 50, well, that, where's the cheaper option? There is none. And it's be like, well, Chavez, nobody's going to pay for that. Someone probably will. Do I think it's a little bit overpaying? Yes. But if you have somebody that's, if there's so few of them out there in general, a sub 50, and the 41 is gone, the 45, the 46, and 49 are gone, that's 4 out of 9. That's almost 50% of them gone, and you have one right here. There is no cheaper option. I'm not going to blame you for it. Would I pay that? I would not like to. But, just things like that happen. Anyway, and this person, if you go to Mr. Champ 310 over on TikTok, has just a list of a bunch of the collectibles that a lot of sub 100, like a lot of 41s, it's just insane. Anyway, okay, so Matt Berry posts on the Facebook, I know Feesh's is coming soon as well. So Rob Allen says, Matt Berry and Golden Sesame Street, if we're going off the same thing. Rob Allen says, awesome. I'd seen some tweet about recent tokens minted to Veve, and they included 2 variations of Feesh for late September, but there was also mention of a golden Oscar the Grouch and a golden Cookie Monster. I haven't heard of the golden Oscar the Grouch or the golden Cookie Monster. Hi, Bun. Sorry, my friend has a bunny. Anyway, I haven't heard of the golden Oscar the Grouch or the golden Cookie Monster. I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that. I think that'd be fun. It's like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, but I can't find a link to that. I can't go and see anything that has anything to do with that. So take that with a big grain of salt. But really, what I want to focus on is the Feesh for late September. I don't think an official date has been announced, but you have where is it? Where'd it go? Oh yeah, breaking news. Mint a Web3 Feesh. So if you mint a Web3 Feesh, Web3 Feesh, link down below to mint a Feesh. Link down below to, I think, the game to mint a Feesh. So if you mint a Web3 Feesh, you unlock a free Feesh's Veve digital collectible, and the grand reveal is on September 24th. So he did go into it. It says, dive in now. I don't know what a Feesh is. I shouldn't say that. Obviously, I know what a Feesh is. I have a couple of them. I don't know how much it costs a Feesh to mint. I think for like $100 you can mint a couple of Feesh, and you get airdrops. I know he did airdrops every single month. I think this year he might have done it to 1 quarter, to an airdrop per quarter. But you have like years of product, years of airdrops. You have games with that. The lore with that is absolutely is incredible. It's like a mix between, I'd say it's a mix between what would that be? I guess like Super 8 and Stranger Things. The lore is incredible. It's really heckin' cool. It's a good story. There's fun games. And again, what did I see last year in the Veveverse? I saw Feesh there. So you'll obviously be able to go and take your Feesh and put them in the metaverse, or again, you'll be able to have Feesh in general on Veve. So Veve Digital Collectible Grand Reveal begins September 24th. I'm not sure if the reveal is when we're able to get that, because obviously if you have one that you mint right now, you get a free one on Veve, or if that's when you're able to buy it, I don't know. Discover Feesh, the ultimate digital pets without the fuss. Design your own tank, accessorize, personalize, and showcase it anywhere. TVs, second screens, or dive right into the virtual reality. I think there was something else on the Feesh before I had to go and... Oh, maybe there wasn't. All right, where was I? Oh, God. Okay, here I am. Here I am, rocking like a hurricane. Somebody had posted over on the... Ooh, I've been talking for 45 minutes. I know I have the comments to get to. Should I just go live tomorrow again? Oh, God, there's so much stuff. I might cover the rest of the video. Adam Awesome Face, how's it going? Thank you for the super chat. Shane Telegram. Ooh. Oh, okay. Can I say if there's 4 Feesh or prize? I realize I was just talking out loud, so sorry if I... oh, okay. One of the Feesh that I saw in the Veveverse is going to be one of the Feesh that you can... Yeah, okay, so one of the Feesh that I saw in the Veveverse is going to be one of the Feesh that you see here on Veve. So it's on September 24th, so if you have a Feesh, you will get a code to redeem a promo code in Veve. So obviously that promo code, let's take a look here. Go on the Veve app. Down there, on your profile, underneath following, it says promo code. And on the promo code, you can go and redeem it, and you can get a Feesh. So that is really, really heckin' cool. And there are collabs. I will say the collabs with the Feesh stuff. So 10-4 on that. I want to get to the comments. I don't want to keep on talking for so long. I'll save the rest for a video, and then we'll go from there. There's a lot that was that was announced. It's super great. Anywho, let's get to the comments. Taco Break says Veve rules. Let's go. What's up, Taco Break? Croner says hello, Randy. What up, Croner? Bill Gardner says just bought another 1.3 million OMI. Get that bread. DCA is king. Yeah, dude. The fact that we're still able to get it in the 000s is dumb. I'll be staying in I won't be staying in a hotel for New York Comic Con. It'll be an Airbnb. I have to tell my whales about that. I'm gonna have to get them to actually. Let me text this. Oh God, I have to tell so many people. Let me text this mother flapper. Hello. Did you about additional dates for the Airbnb? We gotta do stuff over there. Okay, moving on. Yeah, once New York Comic Con is over and the stress on my wallet kind of subsides, I'll get more OMI. Bill Gardner says had to go with an ATST today just in case it was the 41. It wasn't. I got like 1700-ish. Yeah, the ATST didn't do that well. I thought it would do better. I'll tell you why I didn't get one. I didn't get one because I bought a bunch of those, or a couple of those, the Voltron ones, the ones that if that what I said was real before, and those are about to be burned, because it says sold out, you can't buy any from the store. Those commons, there are only 252 commons, so I had to get one, and I got a couple of others. Anyway, an ATST 3410 minus 2736. Ooh, times was 60. Well, it made $40,000 in like 10 hours, 11 hours, 10 hours. So it made 40,000 today, and then the other one, Vader's ship, had made 40,000 or 40-ish, 44,000 2 days ago. So is it like it was last week when Veve made like $320,000, $380,000, whatever? No, but I'll take the revenue as it comes in. I think that's fine. Can you book it from Wednesday. Can you book it where I arrive Wednesday and leave Monday? And I'll pay the difference. You'd be doing me a huge favor. You'd be doing me a huge favor. I said favor. Okay, moving on here. Where was I? Adam Awesome Faces. Feesh. Super Feesh. Stanton says, in your opinion, is the true value of collectibles in the IP or the future technology possibilities? IP or the future technology possibilities? Have you heard of the Ship of Theseus? I realize you can't answer. But the Ship of Theseus, the paradox goes like this. Theseus had a ship that just had seen many voyages. Wood was rotting from the sea, going on it. And again, it had been, every time a wood gets a little rotted, gets a little bit unstable, they replace the plank of wood with another plank of wood. Okay, makes sense. And over time, they go and you have the old Ship of Theseus, which is, because, they take one plank and put it on the ground, and then they rebuild the old ship, and then they have eventually a whole new ship that is a Ship of Theseus. It's new wood, and the wood's free of the rot. But then you have the old ship with the old wood. It's really no longer functionable, but it's there. Okay, well, what is the true ship? Is it the wood that's free of the rot, or is it the old wood that is really no longer functional and you can't really, it's been tampered with a lot? Neither is the true ship. I know I'm not explaining that well, and what I mean by that is, when you say, is the true value of the collectibles in the IP or the future technologies, I think it's both. I think it's both, and I think it's neither. Well, not neither. I think it's a weird combination of the two, because you could have. I have a Stranger Things shirt on right now, right? The IP is great. This shirt has not gone up in value. Only if, actually, you are Stan, so you would actually buy. Someone like you would buy this shirt, and this shirt I think maybe cost me like $40 or whatever, and you might buy it for 50, or somebody else might buy it for 50. So in that way, this shirt has gone up. But most times, clothing items and articles don't really go up. They usually go down quite a bit. And so the IP is one thing. It's one component that is important. I think it's the fact that it's scarce. That, like, again, this is a collectibles app, so it's scarce. Not everyone can get it, and and they are high-end digital collectibles. These are premium. These are not made to look like poop. They look amazing in the Veveverse, like quality like you've never seen before for any digital collectible whatsoever. And again, Veve's already high-end stuff. So I think it's a combination of, yes, it's the IP, because you could make anything that looks really cool in the metaverse, and it's cool, but you're not going to pay oodles of money for it because it's no IP. So IP is definitely part of it. But yeah, the future technology, just in general, it's really hard to go and, let's say, like a Pokemon, like when you have a picture like Pokemon Go that's an AR. Yeah, you got a Magikarp. Yeah, you got a Gyarados. Yeah, you got a Pidgeot. But so do so many other people. And again, it's free. And there's an unlimited amount of Pidgeot and even the rare one, even the rare stuff, there's an unlimited amount of them. So with this, I think because of the scarcity, the technology works. If you just had, let's say something like, I don't know, let's say I don't want to say a flashlight. Let's say a magic marker, and it's a cool character from Blue's Clues, or I don't know. You made a cool magic marker and you called it Marky. and it could do stuff, and you could use AR, and yeah, you could have a picture with that, but nobody knows or cares who it is because it's marquee. It's a completely made up thing. But the technology and the IP work because they're both scarce and because they all work together. I think they're all important. So in reference to tech value, I'm referring to storage of data. For example, the Coca-Cola NFTs. What just happened to my comments? My comments are gone. Okay, well, I guess I really don't know what happened to that. Okay, well, my comments are dead on here, so I'm gonna read them off my phone. The Coke NFTs could be used to track their supply chain. Thanks. Oh, that's a good point. Referring to storage of data, for example, Coca-Cola NFTs, and yeah, they could be used to track the supply chain. I mean, the tech is great, but everyone's gonna have this tech in the future. So I hope that was a good response. Omar says, hi, Randy and Dashi. Hi, Omar. And Taco Breaks, thank you so much for the $50 hair super chat, saying Veve rules. They do rule. You're an amazing supporter. I love you. And of course, Veve rules. Ben Robinson says, Randy, do you think OMI price could be stuck down here for a while because so many people have bought at these low prices and sold for 2 or 3x on the way back up? No. The amount of volume that we go and we have will rip those things small. We won't be down. I mean, we could be down here for a while if Veve decides to go and delay certain. Well, not that they decide to. Delays are normal. But yeah, if Veve goes and they don't deliver in a timely fashion, then yes, we could be stuck down. I think we will be down here for at least the next until we get OMI to bronze tickets. And even then, it might take a little while for people to realize, oh, okay, it's not just utility; it's like actually burning the circulating supply at a really good rate. So even after OMI to bronze tickets is announced and we get it here, I think it's still like a couple months after until people really realize what it's doing. So I would say we'd be down here another 4 months, maybe, give or take. It depends on when OMI to bronze ticket comes out. I think it comes out this year, but it's possible it comes out in Q1. So we might not see it move until Q2. It's really hard to tell. Pixel Pudding says, hey, Randy, how's it going? What's up, Pixel Pudding? How you doing, fam? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Omar Casada says, there are a lot of fake monks in New York City and fortune tellers that will do their best to take money. Same with CDs. Yeah, heck those people. Pixel Pudding says, oh man, I got scammed by those mixtape rappers in New York City. See? This is a good video. It's a good warning. Stan says, are there any updates in tech that was advertised? For example, autograph collectabilities by our artists for our collectibles, OMI Cold Storage Wallet, and music, thanks. Yeah, we will be able to get stuff signed. I don't know when that takes place, and I don't think it's anything we can do right now. I think it's something we'll be able to do in the future, but just right now, we don't have that. So autograph capabilities will be there for the collectibles. I mean, we already have OMI Wallet in our app, so I think that's fine. And music, thanks. I mean, music's going to be one of those. Oh, top chat, live chat. Oh, okay, there we go. I got my comments back. I don't know how that happened before. Oh gosh, who is this? Don't have the excess cash, but towards it right now. A couple of things we played at the moment. Okay. Okay. Send me the link, and I'll book the extra dates. Okay. Great. Not everyone. Oh my god. Sorry, I just all right. We don't ignore that for right now. I got the stuff back. And yeah, so the music it's gonna be one of our newer things. Are we gonna get that? Are we gonna get anime? I think anime will be the new vertical before music, but who knows? Latrice, hi Latrice. How's it going, fam? Stan says, will the Veveverse allow content creators to monetize their content through OMI micropayments? Thanks. I mean, technically we have that now. I have on my YouTube down below, if you wanted to tip me, if you didn't want to super chat, you could tip me in OMI. It's only layer 2 OMI though. It can only be on the app. Obviously I don't have my public wallet on there or wallets. But will Veveverse allow content creators monetize their content through OMI micro? They should. I don't see why not. But yeah, they should. Has there been any conversation of an official Veve swag store? There will likely be something like that in the Veveverse. In the real world, I don't know. In the real world, I would say at events they largely just give away shirts. They give away merch. I think it'd be better for them if they did sell it, but um, in the Veveverse, there will likely be a Veve swag store, most likely. Darth Chaos says, hello there. General Darth Chaos. Digital Snowflake says, good evening, Mr. Randy. Good evening, Digital Snowflake. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Pineapple says, let's go. Elsa, number 70 up for a steal. All right, let's see what Elsa, which Elsa? I'm going to guess the cartoon Elsa, not the Golden Moments Elsa. But let's see what we got here. Elsa, be a rare. Ooh, my head. Oh my god, Elsa, why are you doing this, girl? I mean, this is Veve. It's not loading, and I don't know why. Let me X out. I'll go back in. There we go. All right, 70 in the market. It's only $27. That's interesting. And number 74. Oh, how much is it? No. 120, not bad. All right, hold on. What? She's not a first appearance though, so that gets hard. Yeah, not being a first appearance makes it a little bit harder to sell. It is not a bad price, but you have number 61 for $1 more. I don't think the number 70 will sell if the number 61 is literally $1 more and it's 9 places ahead. Yeah, always that. So I don't mean to like burst your bubble there, but if you want to sell it, put it a little cheaper. What says I've already down too much on Veve now to now pay for their advertising. Again, nobody has to do it. I just think it'd be a fun thing to do. This Planet Profit is laughing. Bogarn says Golden Elsa. If it is, she's gone. No, it's not the Golden Elsa. Janoy Evans says, yo, yo, yo. What up, Janoy? And we talking he says, what if Feesh are first interoperable NFTs on Veve? I don't know. We shall see. Oh, okay. And we token says, what if update included the ability for that? Oh, that'd be legit. I don't think that was the update though. Ryan Webb says, Randy, what's up? Question for you. What do you think the signed physical Veve logo cards are worth now and will be the next few years? Signed? Oh God. Just the physical cards in general, $500-$600. Signed, $1,000. I would say. I mean, it depends on what people think David and Dan's signature goes for. If they're both signed, yeah, I would say $1,000. If they're both signed by them, that's what I would say. Yeah, that's a really good question. But yeah, signed, I would say $1,000. Now that might diminish as time goes on because there's obviously going to be more people that get it signed as time goes on. This Planet Rob says, does Bezoj Man buy special or low mints? I'm not sure. I don't know. Bill Gardner says, I'm now 314 top wallet. Moved up 10 spots. Get it, Bill Gardner. My heckin' man. Oh, what will gold cards be in the next few years? The physical ones? Oh, God. I mean, the physical ones the unsigned ones will probably go to 1,000. I would say the signed ones can go to like 1,500, like maybe more. I don't know. It's hard. It depends what the signature is worth. Mr. Planner Prop says, nice, Bill. Bill says, thanks. Stan says, our brand inventory has exploded. Are there any numbers on record of how much Veve is contributing to their bottom line? If so, who's profiting the most from this new digital collectible space? When you say our brand inventory has exploded, are there any numbers on record of how much Veve is contributing to whose bottom line? Yeah, let me know to whose bottom line. How much Veve is contributing to. Yeah, keep me posted. I think that question kind of confused me because I think it's worded. Are there any numbers on record of how much Veve is contributing to their bottom line? To whose bottom line? And then if so, who's profiting the most from this new digital collectible space? Well, Veve is probably profiting the most because they're the ones that have the margins. Now they do have to pay the licensor, so maybe, yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I'd say Veve's the one profiting the most, in my opinion. Bill Gardner says, I've definitely been putting more into OMI and the NFTs lately. Got to catch up. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Go, Bill. Go, Bill. Miss Planet Rob says, ooh, nice. No proof of FUD. Says, who's contributing most to DC's profits? Palm or Veve? Definitely Veve. Well, I don't know, because Veve doesn't do a ton of DC drops anymore. So currently it's probably Palm. Of all time, definitely Veve. So thanks. Bill Gardner says, I've never bought anything on Palm. Me neither. Not yet. One day. Maxwell, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, beer money, tacos and cigar on a porch. Good night, North Carolina, for your boy. Good night. So long and good night. This Planet Prop says, Maxwell. Thumbs up. Bill Gardner says, I don't like how the comic covers are separated from the comic itself. They send you to a website to view the comic. Yeah, I don't like that either. But, it's my opinion. This Planet Robert says, I like Cryptoys, but hype over an animation and some sound on opening does not impress me. Veve can do this implementation simply. They can, yeah. And they probably will at some point. Are we talking about these? It says, LOL, come on, dude. There's nothing good about what Cryptoys is doing. Well, they're trying to go and base their business model on Veve. So I think they are trying to do the right thing. I think they are trying to go and again, if they're doing what they have to do to try to get more revenue. Is that a good sign? It's a good sign they're doing what they have to do to get revenue, but the fact that they have to do that, maybe not the best sign. I just don't know what their financial situation is like. Garza says, agree, I'm not in on those either. So I made the mistake last bull run, separating my money into so many different projects. I'm not buying enough. Won't make that mistake again. And not buy. Yeah, good call. This Planet Prop says, STX, Filecoin, and OMI is my diversification. OMI to the moon. Digital Snowflake says, I've worked 20 hours overtime this weekend. Damn, you're going hard. Get it, Snowflake, get it. Mr. Planet Prop says, 20, 20, 60. 60% in OMI, my man. That's all you need. Adam Awesome Face, give me those eyes. OMI Token.e says, give your soul. Am I taking it a little too far? No, I am not OMI Token. When you have a business or multiple businesses, that is like your child, and what do you have to do? Like, you have to ask 99% of parents on Earth. 99.99% of parents on Earth would give their life for their child. Having a business is like having a child, and you do what it takes to survive. Like, most good business owners will do what it takes to make sure that business survives. But as I've stated before, not everyone is willing to do that. Not everyone is willing to give up their personal life, their social life, their meals. They're not willing to live like a pauper in order for the business to survive. Most don't have that, and that's why most businesses fail in the first few years. That's why we've seen the collapse of Recur and the collapse of Nifty's and probably the collapse of others in the coming years. Because most business owners are not willing to do that. And it goes to show, like, the free market is beautiful. Those that want it bad enough will survive. Not this, oh yeah, I kind of do it, when I can. No, like, they are on it. They are intense every single day. And you have to give up years of your life, mostly, for it to be successful, especially in a disruptive market, especially, like, David and Dan don't just have, like, oh, it's a project, yeah, I make like $100,000 a month. No, like, they'll make hundreds of thousands each day. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. This is not. So yes, when I say you have to put your heart and soul into something like this to make it successful, yes, I'm not lying. Like, you do. Sleeping Comics says, Randy, what up, Sleeping? I was at my friend's house yesterday, Sleeping, the one that I left my white hat at, and I left it there again. I'm a bad hat owner. Bill Garner says, OMI and Veve, Essence and Earth 2, ADA and Cornucopias for me. Bill Gardner, my man, you playing it right. This Planet Prophet says, I like it, Bill. I like it. Do you like it like that? I like it like that. Prince Toby says, as a 90s kid, I need you to end this debate on what's the better N64 game, Ocarina of Time or Mario 64. I like both. I think Mario is more popular, a little more iconic. So I think Mario 64 is probably the better game. But Ocarina of Time is cool. It's fun. It's, you know, yeah. But Mario 64 is arguably better. Bill Gardner says, hoping for Viviverse Land 2 to top off the trifecta. Oh yeah, Viviverse Land is coming. I hope within a year, but it's coming. There's a Planet Providence says, LOL, Prince. Okay. Bless me. Bill Gardner surprised me saying Ocarina of Time is better. Stan says, Palm has amazing potential. I'm not sure why they haven't recruited the likes of Randy to beat that drum 24/7 and upgrade their user experience. In my opinion, if they focused in those two areas, game over. They very well could have reached out. I just didn't get the message. It's hard. I mean, also when I forget that account's name has like 40,000 subscribers, 40,000 followers, had named me top Akomi influencer. I feel like other people might have seen that, like, oh, okay, he's not gonna go and say anything for us. And again, if Palm keeps doing what they're doing, if they keep releasing stuff, it's a good revenue stream. What is DC doing with that revenue stream? I don't know. I know they give. So this is why I'm okay with Veve not giving utility to a lot of stuff right now, is because Palm NFT, Batcows in general, outside of Feesh, I think Batcows had like the most utility out of any NFT I've ever seen, and the utility was really heckin' cool. It was better than most other utilities for any other. Like I said, most. But and again, I know this is probably a small minority, a small but loud minority of them. Those are the ones that are always kind of like complaining and whining about certain things. Oh, why don't we get this? Why don't we get that? It's like, dude, Batcows, they're obviously up from the floor. Like their floor price is a lot higher than what it was at retail. They get a lot of cool things. Like being a Batcow owner. If you've been a Batcow owner this past year and a half, 2 years, you're in a very, very good position. Like you've made a ton of money if you were a Batcow holder, because it was those airdrops that you get and the ability to buy certain things. So Stan, when you go and say like, oh, why hasn't Palm recruited Randy? And like, I don't even know if they know who I am. But if they do, I would tell them some things that are doing well and some things that like, hey, some of these things probably should change for the better. But yeah, I don't know. Bill Garner says, I can still hum the ocarina in my head. Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. This Planet Proud says, I prefer Queen. You're hysterical. Prince Toby says, I bought a real-life Ocarina of Time collectible. Imagine different songs that could play for animations and sounds as Veve NFTs. Oh, that'd be great. This Planet Proud is laughing. Adam Watson Faces Telegram. That was from before. Like the super chat. I think that was it, right? All right, for sure. All right, I gotta take care of some things. I'll go and I'll go and finish up these comments, and then I gotta bounce. See what we got. Bill Gardner says, Prince, I would definitely go for that drop. Mm-hmm. Scott Gladys says, so when you spoke to the team face to face about the future, you felt confidence? Makes me more bullish. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. The future. I've never doubted. From the first time that I had made a video on Veve and OMI, the first time I learned about OMI and learned what this, immediately looked at interviews with David and Dan. Saw the collecting experience, saw the drive, that determination, and the synergy that the two create. It's special, and it's really special. Yeah, this is no one's catching them. I don't know about ever. I mean, like I said, they've won the decade. I've said that for years. I don't know if people believed me at that time. I think they believe me now, but they won't be caught. They're young enough where they have a lot of energy. Like so they're not old enough where they're like, oh, like they're, maybe if you have a couple of 20-year-olds, which you a couple of 25-year-olds, you don't really have that. Maybe you have a little experience in collecting, but not like where you're in your 40s. Like you have decades of collecting experience, you have decades of successful businesses behind you. They're literally at that perfect age, that at that perfect zone of having young enough to be energized, old enough to have that experience, to have people respect them. Multiple languages is definitely a huge help, especially in Asia. No one is catching them this decade. Maybe next decade someone might have a chance, but not this decade. Jeremy Housen says, "Hey Randy, feel free to not answer. It's a bit personal, but was wondering how you feel about your bets about OMI price and exchanges." Very confident. I even offered I think I offered both of them. I was like, "Hey, listen, you made this bet. So one bet is for 5,000, one bet's for 10,000. Saying that OMI will be at 1 penny at some point in 2024." And I said, like, hey, after they finally announced token utility, like, you guys can just pay $1,000 right now, and we'll call it clean. We'll call it even. And they're like, no. I was like, all right, your funeral. Like, so it's like they didn't listen. They didn't like, but I guess they're honoring their bets. They're either being gentlemen and they're like, nah, they're still, they're like, I'll pay the full amount, honor my bet. Or they're just like, nah, still it's not going to go to a penny. Like, I'm 100% confident, but they shall learn. Planet Prophet says good. Sam says, are you for or against viewing collectibles animation without owning the collectible? If animation was restricted to only the owners, would that add the value? Thanks. I mean, you want to see what you're getting. So I mean, they also, I don't think it would because people would see it anyway. Someone would just take a video of it. Someone uploads it that has it, and you could just see it that way. I don't think doing that would really add any value. I like the idea. It's like, oh, okay, this is an interesting idea, but then we play out those dominoes. Like, all right, it's probably not going to add any value for that. ZT says, hi Randy. Any forecast on big exchanges for OMI 2024, 2025, other? If we're about to go and do launch in Asia, I mean, Asia's biggest exchange, I think, is KuCoin, and oh god, a body. You might see KuCoin in 2024. I don't know what else you might see, may or may not see. Keep y'all posted. I mean, we'll get everyone at some point. When I don't know, but we'll get everyone at some point. Folks says, hey yo, what are your top 3 favorite crypto coins? Mono Cardano, OMI, and Bitcoin. All right, I'll add this first. So OMI, I guess Essence for Earth 2. It's not really available yet, but it will be. And then Ethereum, OMI, Ethereum, Essence, and then I guess, yeah, those are good. You said Aladdin Friday looks great. 3 solid first appearances, 40 gems, and a pencil. Woo! Thanks for stream. Like the vid. Thank you. Now. Like, yeah. Aladdin looks great. Bill Garden says, Ada gang, let's go. Yeah, a lot of people like Cardano. Cardano probably has the best community, or the biggest community, I should say. Fogue says, woo. Prince Sophie says, with the Aladdin drop coming soon, it's the perfect time to mention it's the genies based off the jinn or genies in Abraham myth, who are supernatural demons made of smoke and fire. Yeah, the jinn are actually in supernatural. They hardcore, and they're super powerful too. So having fun knowing such a jolly character in your childhood is based off evil smoke and fire demons. They make their appearances on Supernatural. Oh god, the show, and that's a good. It's a great show. They make their appearances on there. It's fun. Good seeing that. Freedom with Cryptos saying, thank you, Randy. No problem, Freedom with Cryptos. We love y'all here. All right, I do have to go. Oh, God, there's so many things going on. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Those mean the world. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, meow, meow. Happy Sunday, everyone. Meow. Okay. Yeah. Oh. All right.